Love in Nollywood, where engagements last shorter than a NEPA power supply. Some of our favorite actors have shouted, "Yes, I do," only for life to respond with, "No, you won't." Before the wedding cake could even be baked, breakfast was already served. From overbearing in-laws to engagement by force, or a fiancé is disappearing faster than salary before month end, these love stories crashed before they even took off. Click on the like button to like this video as we look into Nollywood actors who called off marriage plans after getting engaged. Ngozi Nwosu, veteran Nollywood actress Ngozi Nwosu was once on her way to being a missus, but the universe and common sense had other plans. In an episode of Talk to Be podcast, she spilled the tea on how she was all set to marry her ex-fiancé, engagement rings shining, belly growing, wedding date locked in, until she had a moment of revelation, the kind that makes you pause and say, God forbid bad thing. The relationship was already serving basbos, but the real wahala came when she found herself on the receiving end of the premium beating. While pregnant, she had tolerated a lot, but this one, even Nigerians who believe in marriage Nnebe beans will agree that this was a red flag so big, even a blind man would see it. So what did she do? She channeled her inner Nollywood protagonist and called off the wedding just 2 days before it was supposed to happen. Yes, after all the Ashoebi had been bought, the caterer had bought 50 derika of rice, and aunties had secured their gilly. She said, "Cancel am, I no do again." At first, she felt bad because, let's be honest, nobody wants to be trending topic of see her life WhatsApp groups. But later, she realized that she had dodged a bullet sharper than the ones in Nollywood action films. Now, imagine if she had gone ahead with the wedding. By now, she'd be among the actresses who are divorced. Charles Aworum, one of Nollywood's beloved comic actors, thought he had found love, but instead, he got a real-life skit that ended with him being disengaged by force. It all started when he fell in love with a woman from Nnebe, Anambra State, and was ready to settle down. But as many Nollywood romances, there was a mother-in-law obstacle, and this one was not here to play. The moment he stepped into their house, his fate was sealed. With a blackout in full effect, he innocently asked about the lack of lights, only for his future mother-in-law that never was to hit him with a request, "Buy us a generator." Nigerian mothers and coded ways of measuring financial strength. Like a true comedian, Aworum responded with humor. "The person you want to buy a generator for you, does he have any?" But this woman was not in the mood for stand-up comedy. That was all she needed to cancel his entire existence in her daughter's life. From that moment, she didn't just disapprove, she violently rejected him like a bounced ATM transaction. She didn't even wait for small financial upgrade. She exiled her daughter to Lagos just to separate them. If Village People's Influence had a board of directors, this woman would be the chairperson. But love is stubborn, and so is a man in love. Aworum wasn't ready to give up just yet. He followed her to Lagos, thinking the prodigal love could be restored. And for a moment, it seemed like it would work. He proposed, she said yes, and wedding plans began. But just as he was about to celebrate his victory, Nollywood twist activated. Her mother sent him a final breakup memo. The family wouldn't allow her to marry outside their locality. This was premium heartbreak. Not only did the mother reject him twice, but the woman he fought for agreed with her. Just like that, the wedding was cancelled before the Ashobi could be selected. But as I say, God's plans are greater than man's manipulation. Aworum later found his true wife inside church, where love required no generator, tests, or village approval. Today, he's 10 years strong in marriage with 3 big boys to show for it. If he had married that first woman, who knows? He might still be in Lagos running relationship errands for his mother-in-law. Empress Ujama surprised us all with the Nollywood engagement that started with "She said yes," but ended with "God forbid." Empress Ujama, a beloved Nollywood actress, got engaged in 2022. Or so we thought. She even posted a heartwarming engagement video on Instagram, making fans celebrate and scream "God when." But before we could start prizing Ashoebi, the engagement disappeared like salary before month end. This wasn't just a normal breakup. It was a full-blown spiritual rejection, because not only was the marriage called off, but the whole engagement itself was a scam. Turns out this wasn't your usual "we are no longer compatible" story. This was a Nollywood horror script that life decided to act out. In December 2022, Empress revealed that she never agreed to the engagement willingly. In fact, she was forced to post that video by a man who wasn't just a heartbreaker but a full-blown career scammer. This man, who claimed to be from Liberia, didn't come for love. He came for destruction, and he entered her life at the worst possible time when she was mourning the death of her dear friend Ada Ame. For months, she thought she was in genuine relationship, even speaking with people she believed were his relatives, but unknown to her, it was all a well-planned Yahoo operation. The guy wasn't planning a wedding, he was plotting a haste. And when he finally revealed his true colors, it was like watching a Nollywood villain remove his mask in the final scene. He took over her life, blackmailed her with private videos, beat her, and held her hostage. And that romantic engagement posts, now by force. He got a ring, forced her to record a video, and then posted it on Instagram himself. Imagine being engaged by duress. Is that not village people at work? In the end, not only was the marriage called off, but the entire engagement itself was declared invalid, null and void, and spiritually rejected. What started as a supposed love story turned into an episode of Crime Watch. Instead of wedding bells, the only thing that rang was the collective God abeg from fans. Alex Ekubo, Fancy Acholonu and Alex Ekubo were on their way to becoming husband and wife, but the only thing that made it to the altar was heartbreak and Instagram drama. Their wedding was called off after engagement. Yes, after their hashtag Alex Forever trended just 3 months after Alex proposed. Fancy pressed cancel subscription on their marriage plans, and just like that, hashtag Falex Forever turned into a Falex Forget It. Before the marriage wahala, these two had been dating for 5 whole years. Their love was looking sweet like honeymoon rice. Then in May 2021, Alex made it official. He got on Instagram and announced their engagement, declaring Fancy as the love of his life. The internet rejoiced. The wedding was in the works and it was about to be a celebrity affair, but 3 months later, before wedding IVs could be fully distributed, before Ashobi ladies could finish paying balance for their gilly, boom, Fancy called it off. She went on Instagram to deliver the shocking news. It's over, guys. Please respect my privacy. Privacy? For where? Nigerians were already wearing detective goggles, asking who did what, who cried first, who is at fault. Just as speculation was heating up, Fancy came back with a banger post, declaring that she was finally free and that the chain is broken. Ebami, chain? Which chain? So this was not just a breakup, but a deliverance. Social media caught fire again, with people demanding to know what really happened, and Fancy, she did not hold back. She revealed that Alex allegedly pressured her into posting the first apology to protect his image, and then brace yourself, she confessed that in 5 years of dating, they never got intimate. What do you mean? 5 whole years? No, how far? No, what are you doing later? No, baby, let's discuss something. At this point, the engagement wasn't just cancelled, it was vaporized. Fancy realized she dodged a bullet sharper than the ones in Nollywood action films. In the end, this was the wedding that never saw the light of the day. The love story that began with I do ended with I don't again. Nigerians, is as expected, carried the gist on their heads like cement because nothing moves us faster than celebrity wahala. Kosi or Jacko. Nollywood and engagements that disappear faster than fuel scarcity cues. Kosi or Jacko thought 2020 was going to be her yes year, but little did she know that it would end in no for months later. In August 2020, she proudly announced her engagement to her Nigerian German lover, Abel Jogging Wilhelm, with all the excitement of someone about to host the wedding of the year. But by December, the wedding plans had collapsed. While a poorly built Lekki mansion, the engagement was called off, and instead of wedding bells, it was bars bows on social media. Now, if you thought the usual we grew apart reason for breakups was dramatic, Kosi and Abel's split took things to a whole new Nollywood level. Both of them accused each other of being violent, with Abel claiming that Kosi transformed into a heavyweight boxer whenever she was drunk. He even posted pictures of his wounds, saying he got beaten from different corners as if he was attacked by a pack of aggressive village masquerades. Kosi, on the other hand, wasn't having it. She denied beating him, calling him childish and desperate for attention. According to her, she had already told him to leave her house since Tuesday, probably parked his load in a Ghana must go bag for extra effect. But the drama didn't stop there. In a legendary Nollywood plot twist, Corsi flipped the script and accused Abel of being the real troublemaker, claiming he was the one who always got violent whenever he was drunk. And to make matters worse, or funnier, depending on how you see it, she posted a video of him doing frog jump as an apology. How do you go from fiancé to NYSC recruit in a matter of months? At this point, the engagement wasn't just cancelled, it was publicly disgraced, dragged and buried. No invitations, no wedding, just a Nollywood level showdown that left fans wondering whether this was a real life breakup or the trailer for a chaotic new movie. Ruth Eze's engagement was supposed to be a thing of joy, but instead it ended a premium lamentation, tears and God a beg moment. This wasn't just another breakup, it was a full-blown Nollywood tragedy featuring grief, bad engagement, and a fiancé who vanished faster than salary before month end. It all started with heartbreak. Ruth lost her immediate elder sister, Auntie Chi, to what she called a bad marriage. Determined to honor her late sister, Ruth did what many might consider extreme. She shaved off her hair, a deep sign of mourning, but that didn't sit well with her fiancé. In a Nollywood twist, while mourning her sister, she also unknowingly buried her own engagement. Her fiancé saw the bald heads, probably mistook her for a deliverance candidate, and immediately called off their introduction and engagement. Just like that, the wedding went from counting down to cancelled. One thing is clear, this was an engagement that wasn't just called off, it was shaved off. But Ruth is not here for nonsense and ingredients. She has turned her pain into divine sense, declaring that she no longer cares about society's opinion. She has reset her spiritual compass, vowed never to marry a weed-smoking, God-fearing, resistant man, and is now walking with both eyes wide open, because if you die, those people you are trying to please will still be eating rice. Simi Dre. Actor Simi Dre's wedding was called off after engagements. Yes, after all the pre-wedding excitements, after friends had already started pricing Ashwebi, after Instagram followers had typed God when under her engagement post. 1 minute she was someone's fiancé, the next she said, I don't do again. Now, this wasn't one of those Nollywood relationships where the man was caught red-handed in a hotel with his ex, or where mysterious pregnancy appeared from nowhere. No, there was no cheating, no breakfast served hot, no physical wahala, but something just wasn't giving. The relationship was okay, but that was the problem. It was just okay. No premium, not 100%, just managing like Lagos traffic. Then the proposal came. It should have been the moment where angels sang and violins played in the background. But instead, her spirit started shouting, "Sister, are you sure?" That kind of internal dialogue that makes you look at a plate of food you ordered and suddenly lose appetite. For 1 month, she tried to shake it off. Maybe it was cold feet. Maybe she was overthinking. But deep down, she knew she didn't want to do for better or for worse, while side-eyeing her partner every morning like, how did I get here? Before family could start printing invitation cards and wedding jollof could be arranged, she called it off. The marriage cancelled after engagement. People ask questions, but why? He didn't cheat. He didn't beat you. What is the problem? But Nigerians know that forcing vibes inside marriage is like forcing bar generator to work. It will disappoint you when you need it the most. And that was how Simi Dre became another Nollywood star whose wedding ended before it even started. This is a time to like this video. Meanwhile, I did a video about some Nollywood stars whose marriages have lasted over 15 years. Click on the video showing on the screen to know which of your favorite Nollywood actors have been married for more than 15 years. Click on it before this video ends, because if this video ends, it will go away. See you in the next video. Bye.